Welcome to Love Lighthouse and to the channel and to my page wherever you see this on. And I just want to pray for everybody coming here and onto the podcast. When you come onto the podcast, that you come on to it aligned with me and God and of good intent. And all those of you that come here of good intent and in alignment with me and God, I pray that you have the most amazing life going forward here on out. And yes, so amen. And let's get started with this. Well, I have been doing a broadcast about sowing on good soil, so go ahead and listen to that. It's Good Ground that it's called, and that's the most recent one, but I'm going to be working on this over the next few days. I feel called by God, so God willing, still willing, I'll continue to do that. It's about the seeds that we sow in thought and mind, as well as in what we're actually saying with our voice, with our speech as well. And there's a lot going on, obviously, with the Middle East at the moment, but we can reflect on that within our own lives too, and in what really needs to improve, or what is already really good that we can celebrate and grab hold of that is of good report. And I think it's really great. I saw a video recently from Sky News, a report showing children allowed to be children in Palestine and just colouring in and sharing stories with the adults there and things like that. And they were smiling, so there was lots of smiles, and they were really getting a chance to really thrive and heal, and that was really good to see. And also children being given like food aid out. I think they were trying to distribute food aid to all these children really fairly as possible, so that was really good to see as well. That's one thing I really feel that is important, that despite what happens between Hamas and Israel, that Israel still shouldn't be holding back food aid to the innocent people that have got nothing to do with Hamas and what Hamas are doing. That's a no-go. We can't do that. I really feel, and I call on the United Kingdom to lead the way forward and take over Israel, both Israel and Gaza. I do think they need to be occupied. I don't know how people are going to feel about me saying that, but I feel like there's too many really concerning stories being heard about inner fighting going on in Palestine. It sounds crazy, like Hamas and like other families, like big prominent families around Gaza, like a lot of fighting and a lot of stopping them from getting their food aid, that kind of thing. So I don't think Palestine are able to govern themselves, and I don't think that Israel are the ones to govern over them, because they're showing that they're not doing it fairly by withholding food aid. They're really using the excuse of what Hamas, the terrorists, are actually doing, and that's not fair. So there needs to be proper governance, and I believe that needs to be done in moderation. It's not going to be, and I love my American friends, but I don't feel it's going to be run by somebody that thinks that all people having guns is a good idea, terrorists, etc., getting their hands on guns. No, it has to be done by a moderate state, by the UK, the United Kingdom, by, I would say Scotland, but Scotland our First Minister wouldn't really want to do that. I think he believes that, and I agree with him in a lot of things, our government are really sensible, really great. They would be great at helping to lead things, but I don't think that they want to do that overall. I don't think John Swinney would want to do that. I think he would want Palestine to rule itself, but they're just not capable of doing that. It's just the truth from the reports that I've heard. So I think that the UK government should occupy them and make it into a functioning, governed state or place altogether within Israel. The whole place, Israel as well, should be taken on by the UK again. That's my feelings at the moment in terms of what would be better for everybody. Yep, better for everybody. That's just the way that I feel at the moment, because it's too messy in Palestine. They're killing all sorts of people there, left, right and centre. There's just no rule of law. There's nothing, going on. Food aid was, not being distributed in some places, but then we're starting to see it being distributed more fairly in other places. I don't know. We're talking about good seeds being sown, and I believe that the seeds being sown here are already planted in my mind. So the good seed is, we're good at governing. I think we need to govern them. I think that will keep the people safe and allow everybody to grow and develop into a really successful country, and allow them to go on with others in the United Nations as well, and function safely, well, successfully. I just fully believe that. At the moment, I might be subject to change on these things as the time goes on, but that's what I feel at the moment. And these are good seeds on good ground. That's what I feel, as I say, at the moment. But, if Palestine and Israel could show that they were going to treat each other fairly, I'd say leave them to do it themselves 100%. So that's more good seed being sown out there on good ground. So we'll see whichever it's going to be, if they can both treat each other fairly and continue to get on, and there's not this withholding of aid, and at the same time not all these inner fights going on in Palestine, and fine, let them all rule themselves. Other than that, if that can't happen, so there's really two good outcomes. Whatever they manage to do, great. If they don't manage that, I think we need to govern them. Yeah, that's it. And God bless everybody listening to this. I know there's going to be different people thinking different things about this. I really hadn't thought about this, about us governing everybody there, until recently, until I really got all the reports in today, and I've had loads. So good seed, good ground, and as I say, good seed, good ground on the possibilities of them also ruling themselves, if they can do what they need to do to make things fair for everybody. But if they can't, we need to do it, and that's it. Okay, so what else? I think that's the main thing. I think go ahead, listen to good ground. It'll really bless you, really help you so much, and it'll help all of us so much. And yeah, God bless.